if they hadn't already, about having Sting induct Lex Luger into the WWE Hall of Fame. Luger and those close to him did inform WWE that Sting would be the preference choice to induct him. It's worth noting, Sting has told people he probably wouldn't be able to do that because of his AEW deal. What's your thoughts on this?
I think it'll happen, and like, you know, I feel like Lex Luger, like he's done a lot of rebuilding, and like he wasn't that good of a person back in the day or whatever. But ever since his accident, whatever, he's really like, did everything he could to really like rebuild, a lot of relationships that he, previously lost, or whatever. It's gonna be a monumental moment. I mean, he's starting to walk again. Like, fucking Diamond Dallas Page is a miracle worker. Like, give that guy, I guarantee you, give that guy 6 months, he'll be able to find the cure for cancer. Um, I heard that Sting is gonna be doing a signing or something in Vegas during that time. So
Yep,
it's not out of the
WrestleCon.
it's not out of the realm of possibility. And I don't feel like this will hinder. It won't like up ticket sales for WWE, and it won't hinder anything that AEW has going on. One, Sting is, yes, he's signed to AEW, but he's not an active roster member. He's not going to be in a match. He's not going to be doing a promo. He's going to be at the Hall of Fame ceremony. Like, it's not like he's going to be on Raw or SmackDown or even WrestleMania itself. And I feel like Tony Khan is a massive wrestling fan. Like you were saying earlier. Like, I can't imagine the amount of love and admiration he has for Lex Luger as well as Diamond Dallas Page. Um, you know, and I do feel like he's gonna try everything in his power to make this happen. And it's gonna get him bad. Like, he's been getting a lot of bad publicity. I feel like if he does this, people will be like, all right, maybe TK is not that bad of a guy. Obviously, I do think that WWE would, in a way, have to acknowledge the fact that Sting is part of AEW in a way, which I don't think is you know, a, a, a bad thing. It's not like, it's, because WWE would want the same thing. You know what I mean? Um,
Yeah, but here's the
so
thing. I feel like
I
if
feel like it's gonna
Sting
happen.
doesn't show up at the WWE Hall of Fame ceremony this year, it's going to 1000% be WWE's fault why that doesn't happen. Just like WWE, during Sting's retirement match, didn't allow the people that were under Legends deals to be seen on television.
Yeah, but they allowed him to go.
They allowed them to go, but they weren't allowed to be seen on television or really
Yeah, but
even
I mean,
talk about it.
would that have really fucking done anything for fucking ticket sales if fucking you see Lex Luger and Sting
Yeah,
in
but
there, or
still,
is
it would
that
have been cool to
fucking
like actually
dumbass face
see
in the
like Sting
audience?
acknowledge him during the match. Like that would have been cool. But like,
I remember seeing some photos of Lex Luger, like he was like sitting in like front row or something, like by the timekeepers area.
yeah, but
I
they
remember
weren't
seeing
allowed to
photos.
show him. And that's the thing that's so unfortunate about like the tribalism, especially in 2025. It's not going to be AEW's fault. It's not going to be WWE's fault. It's going to be the IWC's fault why this doesn't happen, which is fucking bullshit. Because I think that AEW and WWE, they need to sit down and come up with something. Because I remember this was in 2012 or 2011. I think it was 2012, where TNA Wrestling, they were competing against WWE. But WWE wanted to induct the Four Horsemen into the Hall of Fame. But Ric Flair at the time was signed to a TNA deal. So then they did some negotiations,
Negotiations.
and they made a deal. And Christian Cage at the time, who's working for WWE, was able to make an appearance at TNA Slammiversary. Yes, this was 2012 because it was 10 years they were celebrating. And with Christian, he came out and cut a really cool promo. Ric Flair was able to go to the Hall of Fame ceremony with the Four Horsemen, and both companies won. And I feel like there's something that AEW can definitely benefit from, and they can
Yep.
make some type of deal. Like if
Yep.
Sting does the induction for this, we can have maybe Cody show up and maybe cut a promo on like the anniversary show or something. I'm not saying that exactly, but they could do something.
Yeah.
that can benefit both parties. And that's why I'm saying, like, I don't think WWE is going to be able to make a deal with AEW because I think that they're like, AEW's the enemy.
Here's
And
the
WWE
thing.
does not give a fuck.
Here's the thing I'm gonna say. Okay, I don't think Tony Khan will say yes for WWE. I think he has such love and admiration for Lex Luger. I think he'll say yes for him. Because you remember that is like you only get one Hall of Fame induction. That is, every like Tony Khan knows
that's
the
why
history between him and Sting. Like he has, I don't feel like he has any other choice but to say yes.
But you
And
see,
it's not
that's
gonna
why,
be
like, I know that if Sting does not show up at the WWE Hall of Fame ceremony and he's not inducting Lex Luger, there's no way in my mind I can believe that it's Tony Khan's fault why this didn't happen. Because Tony Khan, just like us, is a die-hard professional wrestling fan. He's a mark. Like us. We have a whole podcast where we talk about professional wrestling. We are marks just like Tony Khan. And I know Tony Khan would want to see, because Sting and him have a very close relationship. So you know Tony Khan would want Sting to be there for his best friend.
Yep.
Especially if you listen to Lex Luger's interview on Chris Van Vliet's podcast.
Oh, such a
Sting
great
and
interview.
Lex, very, very close. And the reason why Lex found God was because of Sting. Sting for years was trying to tell like Lex to find faith.